Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report, because without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here on this morning's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally can't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because things happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning. And you want to be up to speed with all that is America's team, and there is a lot to go on. And I got to tell you, it was hard to sleep last night on the Cowboys after that offensive performance that was offensive, to say the least. Today's going to be a rough day for me. When the Cowboys lose, I'm going to quote George Allen, Redskins coach that I hated. But for me, it's actually fitting, because he used to say, when you lose, a little part of you inside dies. And that's how I feel right now with the Cowboys. You have opportunities and you can't capitalize on them. But not even just that. We have a Bichon dog, my wife's dog. It's our dog, I should say, who's had back problems, had back surgery twice, as a matter of fact. And just recently, not 4 months or so ago, had surgery on it. Never really healed quite right, and it's gotten bad where he's just whining and can't use his back legs. And I'm not sure that it's possible for him to have another surgery, so you're facing that. And that's hard to let go something that's been part of you or part of your life on every day. He's only about 8 years old, about the same time. I guess we got him about the same time Jason Garrett became head coach. But it's difficult because you see him every day. He's part of the family and stuff. And you know that you don't want to get rid of him. You don't want to have to do the unthinkable. But you're not helping him if he can't get better. So it's a hard decision. And that's kind of where we also are with Jason Garrett. You know, Jason Garrett is family to Jerry Jones. Jason Garrett is the guy who's been around there for all those years. He's the guy that does exactly what Jerry Jones wants. But are you doing him any favors by keeping him there, not seeing improvement? Now, I'm going to be the first one to say, Dak Prescott's regressed. This offense is terrible. And it's not just Dak. It's the whole thing. The offensive line that we used to, like I said, forget about this best offensive line in football. They're long ways from the best line in football. They've given up 11 sacks in 3 games. Dak's getting sacked incredibly. Some of that is the offensive line, because I've seen Tyron Smith get beat on a speed rush like I've never seen Tyron Smith get beat on a speed rush. But Dak is also holding on to the ball too long. He's missing passes. Guys aren't getting open downfield to get past to. And guys are dropping balls. About the only thing you could say about the offense that was at least good, was bittersweet, was Zeke Elliott finally kicked it into high gear. We know that Zeke Elliott, first 2 games of the season, averages 65 yards a carry. Excuse me, a game. And then week 3 is when he starts picking it up to his average of 112. Well, he got 127 yards yesterday. But you had 3 plays that were game changers, or could have been game changers, because we were down in our territory, having a hard time getting things going. It's 3rd down, and they had a swing route to him on the outside that he had beat his man. There's nothing but green in front of him. He easily could have picked up the 1st down and more, dropped the ball. You have the deep play, stepped out of bounds, came back in, flag, doesn't count. You had the fumble. Those 3 plays could have made the difference of getting there. You had Randy Gregory which totally could have changed the complexion of the game, because that shove gave up 3 points, literally. Gave him a makeable field goal. And what bothers me is when he came to the sidelines, you just made a boneheaded, stupid Bush League mistake. And you see Jason Garrett just kind of like, blah, 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 blah. That's it. That's it. There's not time to lick our wounds. We got 6 days, 4 hours, 20 minutes, 37 seconds until we take the Lions on, who beat the New England Patriots. Let's go to this.
The offense performed and kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, obviously we didn't play well enough on offense. I thought we were able to run the ball well throughout the game. We didn't throw the ball as efficiently as we needed to. We weren't able to make enough big plays in the passing game throughout the game. We didn't do a good enough job, again, staying ahead of the chains, controlling the line of scrimmage in the passing game, like we would have wanted to in the game. I thought we did a better job rallying a little bit at the end, but certainly not good enough. The turnovers hurt us, the early interception, and then when we're giving ourselves a chance at the end of the ball game, the fumble, and then the late one. So obviously have to do a better job with the football, and overall the pass efficiency and explosiveness was not there.
Do you have a handle on the pass efficiency? I mean, the numbers have been out there going back to last year, just not enough yards, not enough plays in the passing game.
Yeah, that's it, and we have to do a better job of that. And it starts up front all the time, obviously with our ability to protect and give ourselves opportunities. You got to win outside, you got to make great decisions and throws and catches, and we haven't done a good enough job of that. And we'll keep doing everything we can to look at ourselves and what we're doing and how we can execute better.
What was your overall assessment of how your offensive line played today?
We'll have to wait and see and look at it. We had, again, we weren't efficient enough. It starts up front. There were some minus plays. Dak seemed to be moving around a little bit, but we'll look at it play by play and make those evaluations.
When you're in a stretch like this offensively as well, you talked before about not having the givens in your offense, not having that, and then one week Dak runs a lot, another week he doesn't. Is it just trying to find and get some rhythm, something that works before you can get traction to go forward?
Again, I thought we ran the ball well, very efficient in the running game. I thought we were physical in the running game. Zeke ran the ball really well throughout. A lot of different kinds of runs I thought were effective for us. Oftentimes what happens is when you have that quarterback read game in, when they're gearing up for the quarterback run, you get some better opportunities to hand it to your runner. And I think that was the case sometimes today in the ball game. That wasn't the issue as much as just being efficient, throughout the game, throwing the football and being explosive throwing the football.
Does Zeke just got to know where he was going out of bounds? Does he have to be more conscious? The touchdown play that got called back in the first half when it was 7-0.
Yeah, again, you have to look at it, but obviously you want to have a good feel for where you are relative to that boundary line. And Zeke's a very instinctive player. He's got a great feel for playing this game, and I think he just lost track as that play unfolded. That would have been a big play for us, obviously.
What did you tell Randy? Obviously that flag gave them a field goal. They were probably going for Hail Mary.
Yeah, you have to keep your poise, regardless of what anybody did to you, said to you. You can't respond like that because typically what the officials see is the second thing, and obviously that drew the flag, and it was a poor play for us prior to the half.
They've had trouble protecting Wilson and then also not running the ball that well. They seem to do both pretty good today. How do you feel your defense did, and what adjustments did Seattle make on that?
They just were very persistent running the football. They were going to run the ball. I thought for the most part, if you look at yards per attempt, we hung in there pretty well, in run defense. But that was their plan coming in. They were going to make sure that they gave 32 a lot of carries in this game and took some pressure off their offensive line and hopefully alleviate some of the pass protection. We had a couple situations in the passing game where we gave up big plays, the touchdown plays, where we just simply have to do a better job executing. We've done a good job the first couple of weeks of preventing those kinds of plays, but those were the plays they made in the passing game, and they were going to run the football. So it was a bad combination for us because they were able to maintain possession of the ball, and then they cashed in a couple of those opportunities in the passing game.
That was the case of the safety not getting over.
Okay, enough of that. All right. Here's the thing with Jason Garrett press conferences. Insert other team's name, they're all about the same. We're going to have to look at the film and evaluate it because we didn't do this, that, and the other. No emotion. It's the same every single time. What you expect to see is growth and development and seeing things change. I look at this preseason where you have so many new players, from Joe Looney to Connor Williams to your whole wide receiving core. And in preseason, you're so scared about playing players, about them getting hurt, that Dak has 4 drives. Clearly, he's missing things. Clearly, he needed work. Clearly, he needed work with these wide receivers in real time. We didn't get that. This wasn't like we had Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, although they played him a whole lot more than we played Dak Prescott. That's coaching. And when you look at the Jason Garrett era, there's 9 coaches that have been in the same place as Jason Garrett. 9. 7 of them have been to the Super Bowl. Let me say it again. Of coaches that have been with the same team since 2010, 7 out of 9 have been to the Super Bowl. The only one that hasn't is Marvin Lewis. Now here's the good news, because you know I'm a glass half full type guy. The NFL world is upside down. The fact that the Miami Dolphins are leading the AFC East over the Patriots by 2 games is crazy. The Tampa Bay is leading the NFC South and still has a game to play tonight. The Titans beat the Jaguars. They're leading their division. And the Bears are leading the North. There's nobody that's running away with this. You got a good defense, a really good defense, but you know how they used to say we need to keep the offense on the field to protect the defense? Maybe we need to keep the defense on the field to protect the offense. This feels like an alternate universe right now. There's time to get things right. Now you got a Detroit Lion team that feels emboldened because they beat New England last night. You can right the ship. You have some games that should be winnable, but you can't with that offense that you're putting on the field right now. And I think a change needs to be made. If nothing else, make this guy have to go and earn his job for the season. Scott Linehan's not the guy. Kellen Moore is not the guy to teach Dak Prescott right now. You need somebody in there who knows what they're doing. And that goes back to Jerry Jones and figuring, oh, we'll just keep Scott Linehan and let him pick the coaches to go. Yes, Dak is sucking right now. And I know that's what all you trolls want to hear me say. I agree. He sucked yesterday. We have been, for the last 10 games, sucking on offense. There you go. Happy now. But I look back to the history of the NFL, and if you don't believe that coaching makes a difference, take a look at Jared Goff, who right now looks like the real deal. Take a look at a Steve Young who was at Tampa Bay, who they gave him away for a ham sandwich because they said the guy can't play, who's now in the Hall of Fame. This coaching staff has never, ever, and I'm not talking about just with Dallas, I'm talking about before Dallas, Scott Linehan, Jason Garrett, they have never, ever developed a quarterback. And if you keep running into a brick wall over and over and over again and expect a different result, then that, my friend, is the definition of insanity. And at this point, others will disagree with me, it's beyond time to make a change. And Jerry, that's on you. It's going to be a tough day today. We'll be live streaming, of course, tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern. Definitely have plenty to talk about. I didn't even talk about the Earl Thomas saying that the Dallas Cowboys coaches said, expect a trade tomorrow. I don't know if he made that up or if that's actually happening. But unless he's playing quarterback or offensive line, it's not sure that it's going to matter much. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. I will see you guys soon.